Hey guys, Stephen Robbins here with Downline Factory, and I'm going to show you a way to generate high quality, targeted leads that will help make you the person of choice for your product, services, or business opportunity over and above your competition, even if you don't have like the best comp plan or the best product or the lowest prices or the lowest enrollment rate or whatever your excuses or obstacle is. This is something that's going to really, really help you out so much. And I want to kind of explain a concept to you and then show you how to put it together and then make sure that you have all the tools and resources to be able to go implement it for your, again, business, services, products, whatever it is that you're promoting that you want people to take action on. So I want to kind of explain to you really quickly, kind of crash course version of a funnel. And what a funnel is going to allow you to do is have much more control over the kind of traffic or the people that are coming in and taking a look at what you're kind of throwing out there. For example, if you are just putting the link to your replicated website that a lot of your companies give you when you enroll, like, it kind of gives you the storefront for your company. If you're just throwing that link out there, you have no idea who's just looking at the URL and being like, I'm out, or they're clicking on it and they lose interest when they get there just because it's just traditional website, not a lot of like good flow to it. Who knows? There's a lot of things that can happen that you have zero control over. But if you can put together a really simple funnel and give a lot of value and reason for somebody to kind of turn toward you and be pulled toward you, you can follow up like a beast and make sure that their eyes are constantly on the benefits and the features and the promotions and the awesome stuff that your company has to offer. Again, whether it's a product or a service or your business opportunity, or just whatever you're trying to get them to take action on. Even if they say no the first time, and you can kind of track a lot of that stuff with a little bit of a funnel system in a way that you can't if you're just throwing your link out there to a Facebook group or all the different places that I see that happening. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to figure out a traffic source. Let's actually type this in so you guys can see it. Traffic source. This is kind of the first part of your funnel, the first component of it. And a traffic source is essentially just where are the people that you're trying to capture, that you're trying to get their attention, that you're trying to show them your message or whatever it is that you have. And there's a lot of different types of traffic that you can get. You can have organic search, meaning if somebody is like out on Google or Bing or Yahoo and they're searching for a certain topic, there's ways that you can get your website or your funnels to pop up in those searches so that people will click on it and get to where you want them to go. Another one is video. Similar like this, you could do video. You could pull out your smartphone and shoot a video, put it on YouTube, put it on Facebook Live. You can even do some of that on like Instagram, things like that. And really start just kind of documenting your journey, just showing kind of what your products can do, what your company has done for you in your life, and really make it exciting, curiosity driven. You don't have to be a pro at it. You could literally say, hey, it could literally just be, hey, this is Steven, and this is my very first day in business with my company. I'm super excited because, I was a little concerned at first but here's some of the things that I know I'm going to try and find a way to overcome. You could literally just tell your story as you go and get people interested in what you have to offer. Or I just found this amazing product that helps me with my anxiety, or helped me lose weight, or evened up my skin complexion, or, helped me travel the world at 60% the prices of what everyone else is paying. Whatever your services are or your products are that your company, that you're trying to sell and you're trying to profit on. So video is a great one. You can even do blogging is good. Facebook groups are really big right now. Or I've even seen some of you using your personal Facebook profiles pretty effectively as well. Whatever traffic source you have that's like accessible for you or easy to understand for you, I would just pick it and just try to master one at first. And then you can kind of branch off into a couple as you go, and maybe over time have lots of traffic sources where you're maybe on Instagram and Snapchat and Pinterest, and you're blogging and you're running Facebook groups and you're running advertisements and you're running solo ads, all the different places that you can get people to a destination. And this first destination that we're going to talk about is an opt-in page. And an opt-in page really allows you to start having control over your list, having control over your prospects. Because again, if you're just throwing out your link, you have no idea who's clicking on it, how many people are clicking on it. Out of those people who click on it, how many of them take action once they get to the page, whether it's buying the product or sending, their enrollment form in or whatever they're doing. You want to have a little bit of control over it, because let's face it, you really don't have a lot of control over anything in your network marketing company. You don't have control over the customer service. You don't have control over the promotions and the sales. You don't have control over a lot of the messaging that your company is putting out. But when you can start creating your own list that is something you own and you have control over, you can start setting the pace. You can start setting the messaging. You can start posturing things in a way that your company just won't, or maybe they can't, or maybe they don't know how to do. You can start telling stories in a way that they're not, that make you interesting, that make your special offers interesting. There's a lot that you can do when you have people on your own list, as opposed to, again, just throwing your link out there and wondering if anybody's going to go to it. And if they decide that the URL is, they recognize your company name and the URL on the first shot and they don't click it for that reason, or let's say they do click it and they get to the page and they're like, I don't know where to go, or these are way too expensive. I can get that cheaper at, the grocery store, or I can get that cheaper at _blah_blah.com. If you have a list, if they say no like that, whether they're turning away before they click it, or they're leaving your website right away before they buy anything or enroll with anything, this is something that's going to allow you to follow up over time. So let's see, where is the email? Okay, so an opt-in form lets you capture their name, usually, depending on how you set it up, but most importantly is their email address. So we can actually have this opt-in form. I use a tool called 𝗬𝗏𝗏 that lets me set up emails for when somebody opts into my page or the first step of my funnel. It'll send them an email right away that is basically, hey, thank you so much. If you didn't get it on the next page, here's your download, or here's your free offer. And then it's really something valuable that you want them to see here. Because really, when it comes down to it, my personal information, my name, my email is something that's valuable to me. And I'm not going to give it to you if you're not giving me something valuable. And what that might look like is maybe a free video guide or a PDF that they can download. Like checklists are really good. 3 secrets that nobody knows about in the CBD industry, or, secrets are really attractive because it's like super curiosity driven and it makes people feel like they're having an edge over the other people out there. Everybody likes to think like they know more than everybody else. So secrets are really effective. You could do a lot here. You can do a free consultation or a paid consultation if you want to take that up to a next level. But just capturing their information, free stuff is the way to go. That's really valuable. There's a lot of strategies out there for how to find the right type of offer or the right type of bait, or lead magnet are a couple of other words here that you can use to get their opt-in, because very, very, very few people, if you get out there and say, hey, join my list, put in your name and email here, very, 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 very few people are going to do that, if any. But if you say, hey, I've got this free thing over here that I know is interesting to you, that I've postured in a way that I know is interesting to you, the only way you can get it is by putting in your information, and I'll give it to you on the next page. So you're giving them something valuable in exchange for their contact information, which is valuable for them. It's an exchange of value. So after they opt in, you kick out a confirmation email, and then always have a confirmation page, or let's say in this case, it's a download page. In my example, it's going to be a download. Let's say we're offering them a free PDF guide that's going to be like the 5 secrets on, maybe a certain product I'm promoting. How about, I'm a coffee nerd. You guys have no idea how nerdy I am with coffee. I actually roast my own coffee at home, and I've got my espresso machine that I've got dialed in just a specific way. I don't want to go crazy, but my example here today, let's say that my product is coffee, which I don't sell coffee, so don't worry about it. And don't ask me right now. But in my example, I'm going to say, I want somebody to buy my coffee. So I'm going to say 3 things that you don't know about coffee. Maybe 3 ways to know if you're getting the highest quality coffee or something like that is going to be my attractive bait right here. And then when they put in their information, I'm going to kick out an email to them, and they're automatically going to be redirected to my download page that has the information that I told them I was going to give them, those 3 secrets or whatever it is. I don't even remember what I said anymore. And then you know what? If they click out here, maybe they get distracted. Maybe they had to leave. They put in their information. Maybe they saw the page and they had to go away, or their computer crashed, their internet went out, or, you know, they decided they weren't interested right then and there, but they wanted to make sure that they could get it later, you know, then you can have your confirmation email. And then guess what? You can have another email that goes out the next day or maybe later that night. And you could just start sequencing these out. And then after that email goes out, you know, you got your confirmation one, and then you got like, hey, in case you forgot, here's how to go get those secrets we talked about on how to make sure you've got the best coffee in the world in your cup every single day, every single morning. And then this email right here is, hey, if you want to get even more energy out of your coffee, maybe somebody here is in like a keto coffee company or something like that, which I've seen. You can get this powder to put in your coffee, and you're going to have 6 times more of the energy from just the caffeine. You know, you could start promoting through your email sequence. And then if they don't really like that so much, you could start talking about maybe the benefits of ketones or something else related to your service. Make sure whatever your bait is, it's related to your products in your company or your services, or maybe even your business opportunity. If you're talking about like wealth or finances or freeing up time or whatever it is, make sure it's all related. It's going to make sure that you're only attracting people who are interested in what you're throwing down, so that when it comes time to pitch them something or offer them something, would be a better word for it, they're way more likely to say yes than some stranger who just happened to click your link, or, you know, even somebody who may not click your link at all. You're kind of setting the tone back here on your traffic source, and you're giving them a valuable bait that is interesting to them on your opt-in page. And then you're fulfilling that on the download page and also back here in this first email. And then you're starting to slowly drip other email on them, where you're just giving them more value or giving them more opportunity to go back to this page, which you can have different offers on down here to other products or promotions. That's another way to do it too. You can give them the freebie up here, and then down below, it's like, hey, by the way, you might like this product that I have that, you know, it happens to be buy one, get one today or whatever. And you can just you can build this email list out, like I said, in Aweber or whatever you choose for your email provider. A lot of different, you can put like 1 million different emails in here that'll automatically follow up, so that if somebody opts into this at like 6 o'clock in the morning, where I'm never awake at 6 o'clock in the morning, an email is going to get kicked out for them, whether I'm awake or not. And then the next day it's going to get kicked out to them at the right time that I chose, you know, in a certain window that I chose. So this is like a really simple, just 2-step opt-in funnel, and then like 4 emails or 10 emails or 100 emails. So I want to show you guys really quickly how one way that you can actually put together a lead magnet. I'm going to use a tool called Canva, which is free. So I'm going to go over here. If you have never used Canva, it's really awesome. It helps you be able to put together really professional, quality looking images or graphics, you know, even if you're not a graphic designer, which I'm not. So I'm actually going to go down here. I'll choose infographic, this little template that's pre-made here. There's so many pre-made templates for you that you can choose from and just kind of customize with your own colors and fonts and words, you know, making it fit to what you're offering. So let me just stick with the coffee theme. And actually this looks perfect for what I'm talking about. So I can click this template here. It's free. Most of this stuff is free. I mean, it'll tell you if it's paid, but even if it is, it's really inexpensive. This one's free. So I can just go in here, and again, this is at canva.com, canva.com. You can use this for your social media posts. You can make infographics. You can make ebook covers. You can make slides. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can make magazines in here and send it off to get printed if you wanted to. But here I'm going to do, let's see. Let's go to 5 coffee secrets for the best cup in the world. Whoops. And then what I would do here is secret number 1. Really, really simple, short stuff. This is a freebie, so you don't want to like give away the whole world here, but you can certainly give them some good value. You know, you could say like, for example, I don't want to dive too much into this. I could totally bore you guys, but let's say, know the type of processing for the beans. Make this really more appealing. I would normally put way more thought into this kind of thing. I'm just on the fly, because there's different ways that a bean is processed that'll affect how it tastes in your finished cup. And let's see, find your ideal brew method, because coffee can be brewed in probably 30 or 40 different ways, and they all taste different. They all feel different in your mouth, and they all will yield different levels of caffeine even. Secret number 3, you know, I'll just do this last one, roast level. And I would actually kind of explain this in the actual handout here, you know, put some lorem ipsum, basically fill this out with actual information. But you know, with your coffee, if you roast it at different levels, if you roast it longer or shorter, it's going to affect the flavor. It's going to affect the quality. It's going to affect all kinds of different outcomes and variables in your cup. And you can put this together, and then you just download it to your computer, and then you can put it into your funnel. So Canva is awesome. You guys, there's so much flexibility in Canva. Let me just show you really quick. You can add in different elements. I could put in a frame here. So if I wanted to, I could put that frame, and then I'll come get a coffee picture. See all these that say free? It's pretty rad. Here's one. I could just drag it right in here. Boom. I could crop it out. I can make these huge if I want to, or the original size that it was, and really, really customize this to how I want it to look. Whatever. I'm a terrible designer. It takes me a long time to design something. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time doing it, but I just want to show you, some of the different things that you can do. You can put this in the background up here. You can delete it. There's like, you could put in arrows. You could put in a graph if you want to. Really, seriously, your imagination is the only limit with Canva. You can put in a rainbow. You can put in a little person. You can write text, all kinds of different text. You could put in your own personal photos. You can upload photos. I mean, especially if you guys are doing like makeup tips or makeup transformations, you can use your personal like transformation photos. That's awesome. Or weight loss for sure. Travel, no question. You could just put stuff in here that's relevant to what you're offering. And then really customize it, download it. And then you're going to come over here to, this is my favorite tool in the entire world, called ClickFunnels, which is where you can actually build out and make your funnel come to life. This is where you can determine where your traffic's going to go and put this page together and put this page together and make sure that it's linked to your email sequences. So let's do it. We got a simple opt-in and a simple download. Let's just go ahead and put those together really fast, just so you guys can see what's possible with this called ClickFunnels. And if you don't have a ClickFunnels account or you don't want to use it, you can still set this up. You can do this in WordPress, which is another route you could take, or there's other platforms out there. The reason I love ClickFunnels is it's super simple. There's a fanatical community that are amazing with just community support. There's a lot of energy behind ClickFunnels because it has really brought a level of transformation and simplicity to just digital marketing that hasn't really been seen in a long time. And it allows some tremendous duplication. So if you guys have teams, you can actually create a funnel in ClickFunnels. You can create this page and this page, and then with a click of a button, or you can actually copy a link to your team, say, hey, everybody, I made this lead magnet for you, this opt-in system for you. You guys can go take it and run with it. You can literally, they click the link and it'll open up an exact copy of what you created into their own account, so that you have your version and they have a copy of your version that they can customize if they want, or just use it, as a benefit of being on your team or whatever. So that's a great way to get some really good duplication going on when you're kind of pulling your network marketing business into more of a digital marketing arena. So let's go show you how this works. I have a completely blank slate because I want to show you kind of how simple it can be. Again, like Canva, there's a lot of things that are set up here for you. A lot of templates, a lot of beautiful, beautiful pages with the right colors, the right fonts, the right kind of images already in place. But I want to show you just from scratch, just to show you how simple it can be. You have a section here, which is like your biggest container. So let's put in a full width section here just to start. And then within a section, you have rows. So if you want everything to be centered in one row on your page, or if you want a few different columns, like you want information here, information here, and information here, you can do like a 3-column thing. I'm going to do one column row for my headline, and I'm going to do a 2-column row for my kind of information that's going to help explain why they want to opt in. And then I'm going to do one more 1-column row for my button. So you can kind of see there's a little bit of like a skeleton taking shape here. And you can customize the backgrounds here, everything. It's unbelievable what you can do. So I'm going to put in a headline, and then I can just click here to edit it. So I'm going to say, your attractive headline goes here. And then let's make this a really neat color. Let's go with, let's see what kind of green color we can come up with. That'll work. And then I'm going to change the bold, because here's what I'm going to do. Your attractive headline goes here. Excuse me. I'm going to bold just this part. Oh, it looks like it already was bold. So you can emphasize different words and make it a totally different color if you want to, so that your attractive headline goes here will be a green, and then maybe we're going to throw in a bluish color to really make it stand out. And let's make this whole thing a little bit bigger. So this is where I would put, like, you know, the 5 coffee secrets for the best cup of coffee in the entire world. Go use this headline generator to get the right copy here. But that's where you would put it, right up at the top, make it really clear why they're here, give the reason, make sure the reason is just in your face. Like, this is why you're here, and this is why we're about to exchange some information. And then over here, a great option, fantastic option is a video. You can, again, do a video of yourself. Just say, hey, I just want to give you these 5 secrets from my experience, a little bit of your backstory as to why you're credible, excuse me, to offer this information. But if you don't want to do a video, you could certainly do bullet points instead, or just kind of play around. You can make things look really good here. I like videos. I think it looks really good, or even just a picture. And then over here, I'm going to put a subheadline, and I'm going to say, enter your info to get your free guide instantly. Something like that. Free guide. I'm going to bold that too. I'm going to keep this kind of a gray color. I like grays. I don't want my page to be too rainbowy where it looks like a unicorn kind of like threw up on it and scare people away. I mean, I know some people are into crazy colors and stuff, but if you get too carried away, you can really make a page unattractive really fast, where it's like, it kind of, everything clashes too much, you know, and it kind of is unattractive to the eye and a little bit like repelling to your prospects. And you don't want to do that. You want to make it as attractive as you can. Oops, we're going to put the button down here. Oh, see how I can just kind of drag this around? I could put the button there. I could say, oops, I want it there. You know, I can put it literally anywhere, as long as I've got a section or a row to kind of hold it in. But what I actually want to do is put an input form here, because this is where we're going to actually gather, where'd it go? This is where we're going to actually gather their information, remember, so we can get them onto our email list, or into, our email list, or our CRM is another thing you can add them to. which is kind of a little bit more advanced than just a email list. It's where you can kind of really gather a lot of information about who your prospect is, who your lead is, who it is that you're dealing with. So I'm going to change this one to first name. I'm going to say your first name here, first name. Oh, you know what? And I'm going to make it required because I like names, I like knowing who I'm dealing with. And then email address, we're going to set this to email address, and it's automatically going to be required. That's just how it works. You know, I could even do your last name. It's another one I like to collect. And then what you do to link this up to your like Aweber email list or whatever it is that you're putting them on for your automatic follow-up, your kind of automated follow-up. I'm going to say, this is where you link into that. So I'm just going to say really fast, just kind of reassure them. Your information is 100% secure. So we're going to go to settings and then integrations. And then for me, I do use Aweber. I really like it. It's really friendly for network marketing and affiliate marketing links and things like that. And then I'm going to integrate with an existing form. So what you do is you go get your email auto-responding program, and then you set up a web form that allows you to capture their name and their email. And then you save it in there. And then you go into your integrations and ClickFunnels over here, integrations, and you could say Aweber. Hey, I want to link my ClickFunnels with Aweber, or there's a few other ones. You could do MailChimp, which is affordable, but not so friendly to links to your personal store kind of a thing, or more high-end things. You link them together, and then over here, it'll show up in this list, and then you choose a form to put them onto that you've already created over there. I've got a bunch of forms that I just don't want you to see. But that's how you kind of integrate it together, so that when somebody gets to this page and enters in their name and email, then it'll put that information over into my autoresponder, and it'll start kicking out that confirmation email and anything that I have lined up to kind of automatically follow up with them after the fact. So let's see. Let's get this button up a little bit. We can change the spacing really easily. So I'm going to say, send me the free guide now. Bam. We can change the shape of this button. We can change the color of this button. We're not limited to what's in this list. These are just kind of like styles. See how this one's got kind of like a little bit of a shadow. This one's just a small border. But we can change the color to literally anything we want. We could actually go with the same green that we've got up here. Let's do that for now. Send me the free guide now. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. We can put in some subtext. Download your free PDF instantly, something like that. So this is our call to action, right? Enter your information. We're telling them to take an action, and then right here is the yes, send it to me. Give it to me now. I think that looks pretty nice, actually. This isn't perfect, but it's a great start. I'm going to kind of cinch it up here a little bit, so that when they get to this page, this is what it looks like. And we can go right here and see what it would look like on a mobile device, like a smartphone. And look how terrible that first part looks. Let's fix that. So what ClickFunnels allows us to do is edit the size on mobile. So here's the normal font size that we kind of set up to begin with, but we're going to see right here, we're going to change what it looks like on a mobile platform, so that if they're coming at it on a smartphone or something, it looks a little bit different. But without it like interfering with what's on the other page. We can actually change the line height, meaning like the space between the lines, really. There we go. And then put a little bit more space, or a little bit more size back in there. You could play around with that a lot. Again, I don't want to spend a ton of time on this video. I could literally spend like 6 or 7 hours just making a page look really well just because that's my pace. Some people are like fast as heck at this just because they have that eye for a really good design. See how lame this button looks? Let's see what we can do to change that for the mobile environment. See right here where it says mobile size. All this is being changed without it affecting the normal page. Like back here, see, I just made this much smaller, but if I switch back over to the desktop view, it still looks nice and huge over here, really catchy on the eye. So I can really only, like, I can play with what will show on a mobile device in this way, make it, you really want to optimize it for whatever they're looking at it on. So whatever they're viewing your page on, it's still going to be really pretty and really attractive and not ugly and hideous and stuff. Whoops, mobile size. I'm just trying to find a pretty good one. That's good. That'll work for me. And let's make sure we set the action. So you can set the buttons to do a lot of different things. You can make a button go to submit an order, open up a pop-up. So if you want to hide this field, like if you want to hide all of this stuff, you could literally just have your headline and then the video in the middle and then the button right below it. And then the button makes the pop-up show. And this is where it has the opt-in form. Looks like they already put one in here that you can adjust and design how you want it. So it's another option that you can do too. I like this. It's pretty straightforward. You can even make this more like that. We'll just leave that for now. But that's pretty cool looking. That's pretty good. And then we're going to hit save. You can kind of line up your SEO metadata here. And so what this is like, have you ever posted something on Facebook and it kind of populates like the preview of the link? This is where you can set what will show in that preview. So if I were to go post this link right here, this is what it would show. It would just be like, you know, whatever domain I have hooked up to this funnel, and that's all it would show. But I can put an image in here so that it shows like my face or my course or my coffee or whatever it is that I'm promoting here. You know, again, you could show a beach if you're trying to do like travel, or you can show you know, your CBD oil, or you can show your makeup, or maybe a before and after like kind of collage or something like that. That's where you can put that all in and say free secrets for XYZ, whatever it is. And then your page description. Description goes here. You put in your keywords here, put in your name here, all that stuff, and it'll start kind of filling out here as well. So there's a lot that you guys can put in here to really make this page pull in a little bit of extra traffic, make it look nicer. Again, you could change the background. You could change the color. You could put a video in the background. You can put a big, beautiful image in the background of whatever, a beach, a makeup palette, leaves, who knows, you name it. You can make this just stark white. Save it, and then we're going to preview it. This is kind of a what you see is what you get. It's pretty dang close to what it actually kicks out, but we'll preview it just in case. Looks pretty nice. Pretty simple page, right? You don't have to use YouTube here. I like to use Vimeo in a lot of my videos because it allows me to get rid of this, where if somebody gets to your page and they click this button right here, it's going to take them over to YouTube. And you want to do everything you can to make this right here the only thing they do. You don't want to get them over to something else out of the flow you're trying to get them through. So again, we're going to save that. And then over on the confirmation page, I'm going to go to this thank you right here. I'm going to open it in a new tab. And then I want to do something where it doesn't feel like they're going to a strange land after they've put in their information. We want to make things really consistent. So I'm going to try and kind of mimic this right here as close as I can. You don't have to make this perfectly the same, but I'm going to go with the same font and these same bright colors for my confirmation message. And you know what? I'm also going to change the background of this entire page to be, I think we have just a white. Okay. I just wanted to be sure. So again, we're going to start with a section, and we can go a lot faster now that I've kind of shown you what we have put together. This is kind of like a standard format that I really like to do, where I just do a main headline at the top, and you're going to go, you know, thank you. I could even go success. Thank you. And then change the font to match. I think it was 𝗲𝗂𝗏. Is that right? I don't even know if that's the right way to pronounce it. I don't even know where it is on this list. Let's search it. There we go. And let's get our nice bright colors back. You don't have to make this 2 different colors. In fact, let's just make it 1. There's just some cases where it seems like having a couple of different colors makes it emphasize certain words or phrases that they're looking for, or that their eye might be attracted to when they get to the page. And then over here, I'm going to have maybe a preview image of what it is that they're downloading. So you can actually have a full mock-up image right here. And when you do have an image, you can actually link it right here, or not right here, right here. So you can actually link it to your digital asset. You can, when you put something together in Canva, you can actually upload it into your ClickFunnels and have it in here as a downloadable asset right in ClickFunnels. Or if it's a video, like if you offered them a video, you can just put the video element in here. But we're going to go ahead and leave an image there for right now. And then over here, we can say, you know, maybe a quick preview of some of the benefits that are inside here, just to kind of remind them why they're about to open this. Get the spacing all good. Check my brightness there. I like to have, similar with colors, I don't like to have a ton of different fonts on a page. I noticed that it gets, again, really unappealing to the eye when you've got too many different things going on. So I would say like only a couple, maybe like 2, or if you really want to stretch it, 3 fonts on your entire page, like in different fonts. You know what I'm saying? Don't make things too crazy. Don't get too crazy, because things can get ugly really fast the more complicated it gets if you don't know what you're doing. And you want to avoid that. So what you're going to do here is you're going to basically deliver what you promised them you're going to deliver. And whoops, just clone that for no reason. Not only will the image be a way to download it, but we can actually have the button itself. We could say, what's going on? We can set the button to be a download option as well. And then, oh, now things are working. My browser's starting to slow down. I'm recording too long. And then what was really cool down here is this is where we can do a lot of awesome things, because now that we have their attention, now that we have them on our list, we can put a section down here, whoops, or even just another row that says stuff like, find a really good way to say this, but you could say, you may also like, and then add in maybe a link to your latest and greatest product. Maybe your company just launched something, whatever. Maybe your company just launched something that you're super excited about, right? And you want people to know about it. So you can say, hey, check this out. While you're here, since I know you're interested in this, that's related to everything else I have to offer, while you're here, check this out. You know who else does this? Amazon.com does this. It says, people who bought this also bought, and then it's a whole row of stuff. You know who else does this? Every stinking grocery store you've ever gone to in your entire life. Because guess what? When you go to that checkout, what do you see? A whole bunch of stuff that you like. You know, hey, since you're at the store, you want to feel nice and refreshed and energized before you go home. So why don't you buy this Coke? Or, you did the hard work of doing the shopping. So why don't you buy this candy bar? Or whatever it is. There's like cell phone cases and chargers and lighters and everything there. They're essentially upselling you. This is a form of an upsell where you've delivered them what they originally came for. And then the next route that they can take is, hey, while you're here, you might as well get this. And you can take this to, you could say, hey, we've got a bunch of awesome products related to my coffee secrets, or related to my anxiety relief that I was telling you about, in my CBD store, or whatever it is that is related to your free opt-in, because you've captured somebody who's interested in that topic. And now you're basically saying, hey, since you're here, since I've got your attention, check out this stuff. You can say, if you like those 3 secrets, here's where you can get the best beans in the entire world. Boom, coffee beans. Here's a link to it. It's like your affiliate link or your company link. Or, if you liked it, here's where you can get the most, the top 3 espresso machines or pour over machines or pot brewers or whatever they're called. You can link over to here. Or, hey, browse my entire store. You can link over here. There's so much you could do. Really, 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 the possibilities are quite extensive for this area. This is a really effective and powerful area. You would be amazed what can be done here. I set up a webinar offer for somebody, for a client of mine, where it's free to register for the webinar. That was kind of like the bait. The webinar was on a topic that they're interested in, that our ideal prospects are interested in, and they opt in. And once they get to the confirmation page, it's, hey, thank you so much. Here's a reminder for when the webinar is, all that stuff. And then down here was you may also like, and we had a free like Facebook group that they can go to here, and a free resource that they can download here. And then we had a product that they can get here it cost them like $25 if they wanted to buy it. And it was amazing because we had all these people who were interested in the topic of the webinar that we got there for free, because we were advertising to our list, we were advertising to our groups. It was all free generated traffic for where we were in our process. But a whole bunch of them had never had this product right here, and they went and they bought it for $25. So we set up this webinar. We didn't run any ads to it, but we profited before we even went and did the webinar, where we sold like a $700 product. We profited only on the registrants because a lot of them went and bought this free offer that we had here. So that's an idea you could have. Again, you could run, this is where it would be more appropriate to link to your replicated website. This still isn't the perfect place for it, but it would be a much more appropriate place than just throwing it out to your Facebook group, because now you've got their information and you give them the first chance to check out your storefront here. And then maybe in day number 2 in your email, hey, since you liked these secrets, here's a whole bunch of stuff that would go perfect to make you have the best experience with those secrets, and it links to your storefront there, and you can start following up with them automatically over time. This is a fantastic way. If you don't have this on your confirmation pages, this could literally be a 6-figure tip for some of you guys who are already doing funnels, but aren't implementing something like this. This is a great way to get a little bit of a boost in income, to get people going to other places that you want them to go to. So use this space, use it really, really wisely, and use it a lot. You can link to other free offers and just get somebody like so ingrained into what your messaging is and what your offering is that eventually they're going to be like, yeah, I'm really comfortable, buying from you now, or taking the next step with you in this process. So this is amazing. My browser is really sluggish right now. I feel so bad for it. Okay, so that was just kind of to go back to recap what we did here. We created the opt-in page, right? Remember, we're doing the free secrets for XYZ, where we're capturing their information. We're making sure that we have a really clear message right here. We can even do something like this, where we can do a little bit more clarifying information right below the headline if we want to. You don't have to, but that's certainly an option. And then you've got a place to put in their information. You've got it linked to your autoresponder where you can give them more offers. You can educate them more. There's so much you can do. You can link them into really valuable resources. Excuse me. There's a lot here. And then you've got your button that kind of sends the information into your autoresponder program and will automatically go to the next step in your funnel with how ClickFunnels works, which back over here, our plan, remember, just kind of this thing we did. That's our opt-in page. And then it automatically goes to our download page, which we made right here. And you can do a lot of cool stuff right even on this page. I can change the background. I mean, that looks awful, but you could change the background to all kinds of different colors here. And you could even make it transparent if you want to kind of reflect what's behind it instead. And actually, I'm wondering why the background is kind of dark looking. You guys see that? I'll figure that out maybe a different time. But there's a lot. There's so many possibilities with this whole process. Again, use these emails. I'll link to 𝗬𝗶𝗰 and ClickFunnels in the description of this video. So you can actually, if you want to, you can open this up. I'll share my share funnel link for this exact opt-in page. So if you saw something where you're like, hey man, use this color here or change this words here, or I want that. This is not the best of the opt-in pages, but this is a really good foundation to work with where you could change up a lot of stuff. I'll actually give you this just kind of as a bonus. If you don't have ClickFunnels, it will give you a 14-day free trial just by clicking the link to this funnel and open it up in your very own account where you can customize it completely without us affecting each other with our editing. So go ahead and give it a shot. At least check it out for 14 days. And if it's not for you, go find something different. Or if this just isn't your realm at all, no worries. Who cares? I just wanted to show you guys this method that is a way higher level of marketing your business beyond if you're just posting on your Facebook, if you're just trying to get people's attention in Facebook groups. Some of those things you can still keep doing, but if you add this into your marketing strategy for your network marketing business, you are going to have way more people purchasing from you or asking to join your team or asking you more questions about how they can maybe meet you or have a strategy session with you or whatever it is that you're offering. Again, that's going to lead them to profits for you, more engagement with your prospects. And another awesome benefit of having this list is, hey, guess what? If Facebook, they're having people's groups shut down right now for so many reasons. They're literally being infiltrated by people just trolling them and getting groups shut down for really no apparent reason at all. And if that is your only source of your leads and it gets shut down, what are you going to do? But if you built your email list outside of that Facebook group, then if that gets shut down, or maybe Facebook gets shut down, or your Facebook account gets hacked or blocked or whatever it is, you still have your email list that you can keep emailing people outside of Facebook or whatever platform. Or let's say you depended on YouTube, right? Here's a traffic source. Let's say you depended on YouTube and for whatever reason, your account is just unfunctional because of the rules, and maybe you had an accidental couple of copyright strikes and your channel got shut down. What are you going to do with all those subscribers that you depended on YouTube to deliver to you? You're SOL, as some people say. You are just out of luck. But if you actually drove them to a lead capture form and got them onto your email list, you can actually back up that email list where if it goes into Aweber or wherever you're collecting that information, you can back it up and save all of those emails. Do it in a secure way, of course, absolutely. But you could back it up and use that email list on any platform. You can upload it to other CRMs, other autoresponders. You can even take those email addresses and upload them into some advertising platforms that will look for people on that platform with that address, and you can run ads that way. This really kind of immortalizes your list, your asset list, right? Your list of names when you can get it into a platform or diversify the platforms that you're using, that you're kind of pulling your people through in that way. So kind of keep that in mind as well. Let's get rid of this here. And just if you implemented this one thing, you will be blown away how many more people, how your ratios will go up on how many people are going to get your product, how many people are checking out the promotions, how many people are signing up for your services, how many people are signing up for your challenges, how many people are taking advantage of the promotions and the sales and Black Friday and New Year, New You and all that crazy stuff that happens that you can remind people about and tell people about because maybe they didn't hear about it otherwise because they saw your link one time, but they didn't click on it. But guess what? They went and got your free guide or they watched your free video. The only way they could get there, though, was giving you their information. And you're like, hey, check out this promo. Hey, by the way, here's another bonus free secret for you. Or, hey, I'm doing a free web class, a master class, or a webinar over here. Or, hey, why don't you join our private community where we do this, that, and the other thing. You know, we do Transformation Tuesdays and all that stuff. Or wherever you want to lead people to, make sure you're giving them value and you're not spamming them. You're giving them a really good reason to look at what you have to offer. And this will completely transform how your business moves forward. And I've got to be honest with you, this is just the very tiny tip of the iceberg as far as digital marketing goes and as far as funnel goes. There's a lot of other types of funnels that can be built out. There's a lot of other funnel steps that can be built out. There's a lot of different things that you can do in this realm that I talk about in other places, but this is enough to make you somebody who is very authoritative and with a high level of credibility in your space or in your corner, because there's very few network marketers, especially amongst a lot of people who are just getting started in network marketing or who just joined a new opportunity, who are actually doing something like this where they're delivering value first before they're asking for the sale or before they're asking for, hey, take a look at my presentation or come over for our home party that we're having, you know, where you're doing that more conversational interaction with people or exchange interaction with people rather than, hey, buy this, hey, click this, hey, go here, you know, that you see in a lot of like groups and on Facebook posts where it's, hey, just go enroll on my link or just go to my store. You know, what are you going to do when, you know, you've got 6 other people or 600 other people in the same Facebook group as you in the same company with the same products and services? How are you going to stand out amongst those people? Well, you can have a unique value, a unique lead magnet or a unique piece of bait that will attract people to your list. And then you can pitch them on what you have to offer, your product, or all that stuff that comes along with it, and capture them and be able to speak to them outside of that Facebook group or outside of that forum or outside of your social media platform, as well as wherever they were, and really have a major advantage over all the other people that are just trying to say, hey, click my link. Hey, go to my web store. Hey, look at what I have and never come back kind of a thing, you know? So again, go through the description. I'll have all the links of everything we kind of covered here. I'll give a link to Canva. I'll give a link to the ClickFunnels Share Funnel. I'll even link to the ClickFunnels homepage if you want to just learn more about ClickFunnels. I happily refer people to ClickFunnels. I am an affiliate, but it's only because I've used it for like 3 years now. And it is so simple and it is so powerful. And there's so much that's done for you within ClickFunnels that it's unreal. There's so much value just in the platform alone that I am absolutely happy to use it for pretty much my entire business as far as my opt-ins and my sales, and a lot of my automation, and tell people about it because it works very, very well. And it's very well supported, amongst other platforms as well. You can integrate it with your Facebook Messenger bot, your, autoresponders. You can integrate it with, your e-commerce setup like Stripe and things like that, where you can actually sell product, whether it's digital or physical, through a ClickFunnels setup. So there's so much you can do that. Just check it out. And if there's anything that I'm forgetting right here offhand, I will make sure that it's in the description. And I hope this was extremely valuable for you. I was really torn on making this a paid course because it would be really, really easy to charge for something like this. This is very valuable, very like dangerous information, so to speak, that not everybody has access to, or not everybody understands or has even learned before. But I just was thinking about you guys and I wanted to help get you out of the making sure you're not the spammers of network marketing, and really helping you get set up more as a marketing professional and really just up your game just because you're here. And I just love you guys all so much. And I want to see you succeed and do well, and be better than the vast majority of the competition that's out there. So take advantage of everything's here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.